Hello, and welcome to the Ditch the Dogma live show. It's been a long while since I've been here, and so I'm a little nervous and my voice is a little shaky. I got to get back into the routine. Now, if you're new to the Ditch the Dogma live show and you're wondering what the heck do we talk about on the Ditch the Dogma live show, I'll fill you in a few minutes. I just wanted to basically show up here today to honor a promise that I made to myself to get back on the live show train or wagon or I don't know, whatever you call it. It's been really hard for me to get back on, to be excited about the show again, but I'm here. And I get it. Most of you probably don't want to listen to me rattle on and on about my inability to keep my promises to myself. But you know what? That is something that many female founders struggle with, the ability to keep the promises that they make to themselves. So, as somebody who works with female founders, I can tell you when I make a promise to someone else, I own it. I'm there, I follow through, I do all the things. But when I'm making a promise to myself, well, it's really easy for fear to seep in and for all of those excuses like the dirty kitchen, the dishes, the laundry that needs to get done, the dinner that needs to be made, yada, 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 right? You all know it because you're female founders and you get it. So, first and foremost, Ditch the Dogma here is for female founders. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a business right now. It might be that you're dreaming of what you're going to build organically in the future, or you want to be a thought leader. You want to make change in the world. You want to make the world a better place. I mean, that's kind of why I do what I do. That's why I ditch the dogma. I want us to kind of look under the hood of well-being and marketing. Those are the two things that I like to ditch. And I want us to see how can we do marketing in a way that uplifts us ourselves as business owners and for the women generally or the community at large that we're selling to. Many of the female founders that I work with, their bases are also women. We want to help other women do the things that we've seemed to be able to do, right? You learn something, you want to share it with somebody. That is what being a woman, being a mother, mothering things, birthing things, it's all a part of who we are. So when it comes to that, when it comes to building something, I believe that there are a few metrics that we can pay attention to help us do it better. To do it in a way, like I said, that lifts up all women, not just the business, but also the women that are participating, that are using your programs and your courses and joining your memberships and just all around doing all the things. So when I talk about ditching dogma, and can you tell I'm out of practice? Wow. I got to slow down. I got to regroup. Okay. So when I'm talking about ditching dogma, I am talking about unraveling and tearing apart, detangling all of the conventional practices that we've been told to do or been sold to in regard to our well-being and our dreams. I refer to it as the commodification of women. Now, yeah, that's kind of lofty, and I'm not a big word person. In fact, if I had to define it, I'd probably have to go look it up for you. But what I'm getting at is that women are a commodity. The vast majority of people, the purchasing power is women, especially online. Okay. And especially when it comes to wellness and beauty and this dreaming up of our businesses that we want to create and put out into the world so that we can have impact and make a difference. So if you go online at any point in time, you're going to see a whole bunch of products and services and programs and things for your well-being, whether it's trackers or supplements or diet programs, workout, programs. It's just unbelievable. I think last I heard it's like a $500 trillion industry. Money is being made, and most of those purchasers are women. And we look at the online marketplace, again, we have a lot of women purchasing. Okay. We have a lot of women who want to learn how to build that course or create that website. They want to learn how to do email marketing. They want to know how to do a sales page, how to create, like how to take their knitting or their sewing or their marketing and turn it into a business to help other women. So again, we're selling to women, and it's a lot of women selling to women. And I guess that's what kind of really drives me crazy, because as much as we want to talk about the big boxes that have been selling to women, that have been commodifying women, now we have women doing it to women. And so ditching the dogma is all about that. And I also want to share with you some metrics that I believe can help you have the well-being that you want, and build that business that you want to bring into the world, you want to birth into the world to help other people without having to manipulate, trigger pain points, and actually keep the promises that you're going to make. Like, what is it you bring to the marketplace? How do you bring it there better than anyone else? And what are the results, the measurable results that women in you that are purchasing from you will get? Okay. So we're gonna remove the veil out of on all of this, and we're gonna look at metrics that help us be well. We're not talking diets, and we're not talking food rules, and we're not talking prescriptive fitness or that whole no pain, no gain. We're talking 4 science-based metrics that when you pay attention to these metrics, they will help you listen to your body, get the cues that your body is already giving you so that you can be well long term. We're talking longevity. We're talking physical, emotional, and spiritual resiliency. I don't want you to get better for a bit. I don't want you to lose weight now just to gain it back later. I want us to look at well-being in the long term, the long haul, all about longevity. And then we're going to do the same thing with some metrics for marketing. Because here's the deal. A business that is making money today but not making tomorrow doesn't have sustainability. If you're going for likes and follows and you don't have a big audience and you're not trying to be an influencer, you're going to have a really hard time converting those likes and follows to actual purchasers. And so the metrics that I'm going to share with you from a marketing perspective, and here again, whether you're building a business, whether you're starting a non-for-profit, or you want to, like I said, be a thought leader in your community and the world at large, whatever it is, you can use these metrics to help you with the consistency that you will need to get your message visible and recognizable out in the marketplace. And we're going to do this in a very kind of do-it-yourself, build autonomy and authority kind of way. I want you to like really work on your critical thinking skills. One thing you'll learn about me, and I say it over and over and over again, I'm not a guru. I am not a know-it-all. There's certain things that I know about well-being, and I know them good. Okay. And then there's some things that I know about marketing, and I know them especially well. But I'm not going to tell you that I'm a medical expert or that I can, solve your medical mystery. I'm also not going to say that I'm a know-it-all business coach. And I will also go so far as to say, if you are earning consistently in the 6-figure range and you're ready to scale, I'm not your gal. I am for the person who's just picking up that dream, who is starting to plant the seeds. She's starting to see a little bit of growth and wants to build a foundation that is strong. The same kind of foundation that I want her to build for her well-being. Because here's what it comes down to for female founders. What I have found for the most part is that there are 2 obstacles that generally are in the way of birthing that dream. And the first one is the ability to show up consistently day in and day out, to have the energy, the resiliency, the creativity to show up. It's not easy to do. Speak from my experience. I took a 3-month hiatus from the live show because I needed a break. Why did I need a break? I'm not really sure. I worked with a community of women. I had a challenge this summer that took up a fair amount of my time where I was getting to work with women one-on-one, which was phenomenal. But why did I drop the show? I dropped the show because I was starting to talk about topics that I kind of didn't like the feedback I was getting. And by that, I mean, I wanted people to believe in, how can I say it? All right. I didn't want to hear negative feedback from other people. But it's taken me the last 3 months to realize that if I'm going to come to the marketplace and if I'm going to share something like ditching dogma, something that's a little bit polarizing, that could be potentially controversial, that I have to be able to release other people's opinions. And I'm not saying that I'm right about everything. I'm just saying that I have an opinion and I want to dialogue about it. And I want to hear your thoughts and I want to get your perspective. But I also want to have the courage and the confidence to be able to kind of share with you my story and my journey and where I'm at. And so it took me some time this summer to get that. And that's another part of what we're going to be doing on Ditch the Dogma. In fact, you know what? I want to grab some notes here and I'm going to put my glasses on so I can actually read them. What am I talking about when I say that things might be a little controversial or a little polarizing when it comes to ditching the dogma with me? Well, in addition to these metrics that I'll talk to you about in a few minutes, we're going to have some episodes that I think are really going to get women thinking. The first one is about this idea, the concept of women supporting women. And I'm really starting to wonder, what is the truth in all of that? You know, is there solidarity between women? Or are we so ordained by the existing system that's built to divide us that even when we want to support each other, we're still positioned to pick one side of an issue or the other? The reason that I think ditching dogma is so important is because I think for the most part, for every issue that there's an answer far over here and an answer far over here. But if we can meet in the middle, that seems to be the sweet spot. And that is what I want to try to uncover here on Ditch the Dogma. I want to have different perspectives. Another thing that I want to talk about is the confidence con. So many people are selling programs and courses with this idea that we should fake it until we can make it. And I think that that is dangerous. And I think it pressures women to act before they are ready. Now, I'm not talking about limiting beliefs. I have my own. I told you this summer, I was like, whoa, I'm not ready to do this yet. Am I the person to bring these topics? Can I go live? Can I feel comfortable in front of the camera? Can I not look like a dork? Okay. All of that is my limiting beliefs. Am I enough? Am I good enough? Am I worthy enough? Is my voice important? All of those things. But when I'm talking about fake it till you make it, what I'm talking about is somebody who is selling you a course or a certification costing a lot of money, a big investment on your part. And women are eager to make that investment back. And so these programs and courses, are instructing you, it's okay, you can fake it till you make it. And I know for myself, whenever I had that kind of rumble, that nervousness in my gut, it wasn't because I was faking it as much as I just maybe wasn't totally prepared or totally ready. And I do think we have to learn to listen to those nudges in our gut and not all of a sudden, or not because of a course or a program, all of a sudden think, okay, you know what? I'm ready to do this. It's kind of like I work with women who will say they want to charge, $500 an hour for their services, yet their testimonial bank is maybe 5 and 10 people. And those 5 or 10 people are their friends. They're people that they've known in business. I ask them to stretch themselves a little bit more, build more testimonials, bring that price down, make their work accessible so that they can build their knowledge, their experience, and then worry about pricing higher. But, this whole fake it till you make it thing is the quickest route to 6 figures. And I think that that's a little bit of a sham. I'll be completely honest with you. I think it's a total sham. And those are the types of things that we're going to talk about on Ditch the Dogma. We're also going to talk about health and wellness types of things. So, another example is I want to talk about ditching the no pain, no gain fitness forever. There are times like I'm working on my running time right now. And so I'm going to do sprints. I am going to do those things that require a little bit more push that may even be a little, hard, maybe even a little painful for my 59-year-old body. Not terribly painful because I certainly don't want to hurt myself. But what I want to introduce you to is a metric called heart rate variability, and how heart rate variability can lead the way to better sleep, improved cardiac health, and helping you burn fat in a way that no pain, no gain fitness will never do. So when you're not training for a race or for something that requires more push, we can do workouts and move our body. I don't like to call them workouts. I like to say that we move our body. We can do things with just enough effort that it elevates our breathing. It takes us into like that zone 2 where you can talk a little bit, but you're out of breath. You're exerting yourself and you know it, but you're not killing yourself. So many people, myself included, have gotten hurt in this whole no pain, no gain kind of fitness trend, doing the HIIT intervals and all of those, especially when we do them before we're ready to do them. And that's a whole nother show. But I just want you to know those are the types of things that we're going to talk about. So before I go any further, let me tell you a little bit about the 8 metrics that we are going to talk about on the Ditch the Dogma live show. There's 4 for well-being, I can't talk, and then 4 for marketing. And so I just mentioned heart rate variability. That's one of the metrics that we talk about as far as well-being goes. We also talk about the waist to hip ratio. We're going to talk about glucose because that is so important. And then we're going to talk about sleep. And when it comes to marketing, we're going to be really intentional about 4 things, just 4. And I swear to you, if you pay attention to these 4 things, instead of chasing likes and follows, these 4 things will really help you make or build relationships with your potential clients so they will confidently hit the buy button. And the first thing is called the brand visibility score. And I actually created a brand visibility scorecard. In fact, I'm going to be doing a talk if you live in the Chicagoland area in Orland Park at a meeting, a networking group for women called Women's Entrepreneur Secrets of Success, WESOS. And I'm going to be explaining to people how this brand consistency scorecard will help them build their consistency, their brand voice, so that they are recognizable in the marketplace. A couple of things are so important when you're first starting out, and that is in 8 words or less, can your potential client repeat back what you do? And not only can they repeat back what you do, but do they know how your work will solve whatever problem or issue they're dealing with? And so working on your brand consistency scorecard is going to help you do that so that your visibility in the marketplace is clear, your messaging is clear, and it's recognizable. So when they see those certain colors or that particular combination of fonts and logo, that they immediately recognize you. And that when they read the copy, whether it's a blog post or a LinkedIn post or something on Instagram, they're like, oh yeah, that's Paula or that's whomever. So that's something I'm going to be doing. Another one is your customer engagement ratio. We're not just talking about likes and follows here. Again, we're talking about, are they engaging with your content? Likes and follows, unless you're a celebrity or an influencer with tens of thousands of followers, they are not going to translate into confident purchases by loyal and raving fans. And that is really what we're looking for. So we're going to pay attention to that. We're also going to be looking at our marketing return on investment. To me, this is huge because if we're going to spend money, it better be serving us. And so I have some different programs that I'm going to share with you on how to track that and how to look at the success or failure, because, hey, a failure is not a bad thing. It's a lesson. It's something that helps us do better the next time. And then the other thing that's really important, and I say it after that investment piece with the marketing return on investment, is your efficiency at your conversion rate. So if you are using a tool and it is converting, but it's converting at a very low rate, and then it requires a great deal of effort, then we got to figure out ways to convert that require less effort. So that conversion efficiency score is huge, huge, huge. Those four simple things, if you can master those four simple things on the marketing side, you will get your message out into the marketplace and it will be recognized. And you will feel all that more confident when you're in the marketplace. And when people are asking you what you do, your elevator pitch won't be a big deal. You won't be nervous and you'll be able to come on live like I'm doing right now and just wing it. And then when it comes to your well-being, you're going to have the metabolic health that you've always wanted. You're going to feel so good in your skin and in your clothing. You are going to have the energy that you've always wanted, the sleep. Oh my God, such good sleep, so that you can wear all the hats. Because like I don't know one female entrepreneur who isn't also a caregiver for an aging parent or the mother of one or more children. I have 5, if you recall. They're 20 somethings, but believe you me, they still drive me nuts. Okay, and then we have our relationships, our roles as spouses. Being a wife is like my number one priority. I want to be in an exceptional relationship with my husband. So if I'm trying to do all these things, wear all these hats, well, then that's when that energy and that ability to show up is really important, because what a lot of women end up doing is showing up a little bit here and a little bit there, and then a little bit over here and a little bit over there. And then that's where the overwhelm and the burnout and the frustration, because they don't feel like they're doing any one thing well, and they're just exhausted. So paying attention to these metrics, I swear to you, will be huge. This is what I call all of this philosophy I bring together as the SEEK method. Okay, the SEEK method is 4 words: sustain, empower, embrace, and kindle. So everything I do here in the Ditch the Dogma live show, what I do in my cohorts with the women who are in relationship with me and journeying with me as they build their businesses and improve their well-being, as I do the same thing for myself and my business. We're looking at sustaining energy, sustaining creativity, sustaining connection to source. What really helps you pull it all together? We are one whole person. We aren't just a female founder, or just a wife, or just a kid, or just a mom, or just a daughter. We have to pull it all together. So we have to sustain that. Empowerment is so huge, because I want to lift up all women. I want my marketing to lift you up, not to trigger you. Okay. I want to create resources that educate and that help. And I want to empower other female founders to do the exact same thing. I think it's so important that when we empower a woman to empower herself, that does not grow your business. I think it does the complete opposite. So instead of looking at things from this, like I said, that scarcity mindset, I want to empower women to build their businesses. I want them to empower other women to do the same thing. I want us to support each other. So not like in a networking sort of way, but in a I need somebody on my live show sort of way. And when I'm looking for a guest, I'm going to go to my community for that. Okay. And I want to encourage other female founders to do the same thing. Lift up the people that are in your programs, that are in your ecosystem. Start there and then grow. Okay. So that's that whole empowerment piece. And then embracing. Although we talk so much about well-being and energy, you're not going to hear me talk about diets. You're not going to hear me talk about, this whole, trying to get skinny sort of thing. I want to be strong. I want to have a strong body, and I want to have a resilient mind. I have a history of Alzheimer's in my family. And so my brain and my body are key. They're huge. I want to take care of them. That is important to me. And so by embracing longevity, by embracing my body where it is today, and then working with it to where I want it to be tomorrow, whether I want it to be stronger or whether I want my brain to be less, foggy and more crystal clear. Okay. If I want my blood pressure and my nervous system to be more adaptive than volatile and stressed. All of that is something where I have to acknowledge where I'm at. I have to embrace where I am today and then take those small and consistent steps. Consistent is the key word to change that. And so that's what embrace is about. And then that last piece is kindle. I know that there are so many women that have so many ideas and creations and things that they want to bring into the marketplace, that they want to bring into the world in order to make it a better place. I want us to light a fire under our creativity and all the women around us. I want us to be in collaborative communities. I want us to be lifting other people up. And I really want one woman's growth to be another woman's growth, because when we come together, as I grow and my community grows and the women within my community now have a platform to share what it is what is their genius, what they want to bring to the marketplace, or the lives that they want to change and how they want to change them. So that in a nutshell is what the Ditch the Dogma live show is all about. My promise to you, my promise to me, okay, I got to show up, right? Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Central Time is when you're going to see me. Hopefully on time, hopefully consistently. And on one day, we're going to talk about well-being, and the other day, we're going to talk about marketing. I was going to try and make Tuesday one and Thursday the other, but you know what? Life is just not that clean. And sometimes something's happening in the marketplace or trending, and I'm just going to want to talk about it. So it's going to be a little bit of a hodgepodge, but always on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then another thing that I'm going to do. So like, when you're struggling to show up, like I've been struggling to show up live, sometimes a challenge will help you. So I am committing to going live for 100 days in a row. Not as long as this, 5 to 10 minutes. And talking about something that I want to ditch in the marketplace or in my well-being or in my brain, my body, whatever. And so you're going to see a lot of me in the next 100 days. And we're going to be ditching those conventional practices and inviting you to step into things that are a little bit more unconventional, things that are personalized and bespoke, things that will fit into your life. Because if you want well-being for the rest of your life, if you want it, you want that longevity, you want it for the long haul, you have to fit it into your schedule and into the responsibilities that you have, and do it in a way that resonates with you. And I think that marketing, the same thing. You got to walk your talk. You got to authentically put yourself out into the marketplace so that you can connect with those people that are going to become your raving fans, those people who are going to support you as you support them. If the idea is to build reciprocal relationships, well, then it's a win-win. It's a success for everyone. So instead of just looking at your growth, we want to kindle the growth for all women. And that is Ditch the Dogma. And I am Paula Marie Davis. So thank you for listening to me ramble here about bringing the Ditch the Dogma live show back. I'm excited, and so much good things are going to come of this. And I can't wait. I know that there's a need for this, and I know I'm the person to do it. And so thank you for listening to me ramble for the last 30 minutes. I hope you'll tune in to the Ditch the Dogma live show on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Time. You want to learn more about me, I invite you to go to the ditchthedogma.com website. My next cohort is opening in October. And then I've got some challenges and some other things that will be coming your way. And last but not least, if you're in the Chicagoland area, Orland Park to be exact, and you would love to learn about the brand consistency scorecard and how it can change your business in a big way. So the people who are meeting you, they recognize you and they know what the heck it is that you do. I encourage you to come out to Orland Park on September 18th at 9:30 at Blissful Banana and do a little networking with some female founders, female entrepreneurs, and start getting your visibility straight online on all of your platforms, from your YouTube channel to your Instagram to your email, you name it. So I hope you'll join me on the 18th in Orland Park. Ta-ta for now.